In the first video, I showed you how to format text boxes using the tight option, and I showed you how to add a horizontal calendar to your classroom news page. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add a vertical calendar to your classroom news page, and so here's how that works. If I choose Insert Text Box, it brings up the little cursor that turns into a crosshair, and so I'm going to draw a long, thin box right here. And just like we did last time, I'm going to go to Table, Insert Table. And so this time, instead of making 5 columns with 2 rows, I'm going to make 1 column with 11 rows. And then I'm going to choose OK. So right here at the top of this, I'm going to label this Calendar. And then what I can do is press the Tab key, and I can write the days of the week into the boxes. And so I'm pressing it twice because I want to leave room for content under each one of these days. So now I've got the days of the week and I've got the word calendar. If I would like to format these, I can once again change their size and their color. So if I wanted to make the color of my calendar section on my page blue, I could do that, and then I could format that by aligning it in the center. And so then right here, if I wanted to get Monday into the center, I could do that same thing, and I might choose 14 for the font. The color, I might make that blue as well, push that into the middle. Tuesday, same thing. And so I just go down this list and change the options that I need to change and center the text. And I keep clicking on the font, but I'm not changing that. It's just force of habit. And I need a color here, blue. And so now I've got my basic layout of my calendar. Now let's say that on Monday you were going to go into the science lab. You can type science lab on Monday, and then underneath that you can also insert images into tables. So if I go to Insert, Picture, and I choose From File, I have a little picture of a girl in a science lab, and so I can insert that into my little box right here. I can also change the font on this or the color if I'd like. And so Science Lab, and I can add a little more information. And so notice that if I would like to change the size of some of these things, I can make my text box larger. Then I can click on the table, and I can make the table wider if I'd like to. So these things can be resized once you have them on your page. And when I click on a blank part of the page, you'll notice that the text box line shows up, and I really only want the calendar line to show up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, the colors, weights, and fills, and then I'm going to go down where it says line and choose the color section and choose no line. And so now I've gotten rid of the line for this text box on the page. And so if I want to get this entire table into the center of my text box, I can click anywhere in the table, choose Table, select Table, and then I can go to Alignment and Spacing and choose Center. And when I click on a blank part of the page, I can see how that calendar looks on the page. And so if I want to get the text box back, again, I can just click in it and it brings it up. And the one option that I want to change here is I want to change the formatting so that this will be tight. So I'm going to Control-click it. I'm going to choose Format Text Box, and I'm going to make the layout tight. And then what this does for me is it allows me to grab this box and put it any place on the page that I'd like. And so adding other items, you can space out your calendar just by hitting the return key a few times so that you can visually get an idea of how you'd like to lay out the page. If I wanted to center this picture of the girl, I can click on her, come over to my formatting palette and choose center. So now she's centered in the box. If I click any place on this shaded area, I can drag this calendar around the page. And so there are a lot of options when working with the type layout on your classroom newsletter page. So I hope this answers some of the questions that you may have had about moving things around in Word. And good luck with making your classroom newsletters. Thanks for watching.